Hi, my name is Ken Lasses, and this is a quick dive into antibiotics. And if somebody is able to get multiple antibiotics, how do you determine which ones impact different bacteria? There's nothing wrong with having two different ones impacting the same one, because in general they work in different mechanisms. You may need to check with your MD as to what the mechanism is, or research it yourself. But suppose you are wanting to have two antibiotics which impact different bacteria which you have an issue with. So how do you go about doing it? We do have the special report for MD here, which goes and you click here and it goes and lists them off. Doesn't say which bacteria it is. So let's go back. And what you are going to do is, first thing we are actually going to do is change it to the advanced, because this is an advanced feature which I'm going to be showing you. So we have there, we go over to research features, fine-tuning of suggestions. Whoops, let's do a page refresh. I have to figure out what's going on. I've gotten that a couple of times today, so I'll see about resolving it. But if it happens to you, just do a refresh and it disappears. Isn't that nice and easy? You want to set it to 15th percentile if you want to replicate the bacteria listed on every page. There are dozens of ways of selecting the bacteria and the criteria, etc. I ended up going with the 15th percentile so that there will always be a result for somebody, and it's not an unreasonable criteria to go with it to make life easy. So that's the first thing. Second thing you want to do is you want to show links, because this will also show you which bacteria the antibiotics is having impact on. Then over here you want to toggle it so that the only thing listed in the whole list are antibiotics. So let's flip through this page quickly. 15% expensive percentile. You can do it different ways if you want. You can change that if you want. And you want to show links to studies used for suggestions. Make sure that's checked. And then just antibiotics. And be careful, if you toggle that, you will untoggle that. So just a word of warning, be careful. Double check everything before you do it. And then I'll show suggestions in new windows. And now you get the suggestion. Now what shows up here is a book. So I will go and click on the book. And voila, you now have which one. Now it says here, this antibiotic decreases this one, which now the bacteria listed are the bacteria which were selected to be changed. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have a total of 20 different bacteria there, which is a good number. And now I'm going to go back, if I can remember how to go back in full screen. Not quite, but I can just there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to open it in a new tab, and I'm going to get rid of full screen. And now we have there, I notice we have different ones listed here. Which ones it is or not, you end up having to do comparison. There are 12 in this case. So you may want to just copy and paste this across, or just write down the names, or open up the windows in parallel. For example, if you're picking between, let's say, just two particular bacteria, let's do this one down here. Then what you can do is rearrange your windows. Give me a second. And the other one is here. And actually what we really want to know is not the citations, but what is there. So we have the items listed, and we can go back and forth down the list and see if there anything. In this case, we have Akkermansia decreases. So Akkermansia is shared. However, other things are not shared there. So you can figure out how much you want for overlap or not. Rhododendron is shared. That one is shared. And then others are not. So the question is, what? Should you or shouldn't you? Just one. Got 37 citations. So there's 37 of the bacteria, more or less, which are impacted there. Over here we had Tronti, number one, we had 12. That's how you get the information now, sorting it out and doing it. Do you want to do a chart and list them down and checking which ones? Notice that it says the impact, in some cases, the impact may be an increasing in bacteria which are low, and some antibiotics will increase other bacteria. So that's the long and the short of it. It is a straightforward process to get the information, and now it's just a matter of comparing the list and seeing what is there and what is not. In general, as a simple rule of thumb, if the numbers are not the same, chances are, in fact, they will have to impact different bacteria in general. Actually, not quite. But if the numbers are not the same, then chances are they will be impacting different bacteria. Okay, so that's basically it. Straightforward. And at this point, I'll shut up and post.